Hello everybody and welcome back to our weekly comic preview where we give you guys a sneak peek at a few of the comics that will be arriving in store this Wednesday. First up this week we have Avengers Issue 1. After the events of Civil War II, the Avengers' ranks have been shattered, their spirits weighted down by a toll both personal and spiritual. But the enemies of planet Earth won't wait for the Avengers to recover, and before long Kang the Conqueror returns to the planet searching for something precious to him, which he believes only the Vision knows the location of. Featuring Captain America, Thor, the Vision, the Wasp, Spider-Man and the newly recruited Hercules, the Avengers must stand united one final time in this epic storyline called Kang War 1. Second in line this week we have Battlestar Galactica Gods and Monsters Issue 1. All new stories from the groundbreaking reimagined series. Dr. Baltar believes he was chosen by God, and now moves closer to being one himself when he constructs a living Cylon Centurion. Is it his greatest achievement or biggest mistake? Truly obedient or waiting for the perfect time to strike? Is it the protector of Sharon's unborn baby, or its greatest threat? And will the Cylon's bloody history repeat itself? Our third comic this week is Catwoman Election Night Issue 1. It's mayoral election time in Gotham City, and while the city is up in arms, Catwoman couldn't care less. That is, until one of the mayoral candidates turns out to be the Penguin, and the other also seems to be hiding something from the public. The feline fatale decides to get involved and uncover the truth behind both candidates in this all-new storyline that pokes fun at the ongoing US presidential election. This issue also contains a special bonus story featuring the return of President Beth Ross from the critically acclaimed Prez miniseries. Fourth up, we have the first issue of Flash Gordon King's Cross. Having resisted Ming the Merciless's last attack on the planet, Flash Gordon, the Phantom and Mandrake are busy helping restore the peace to the world. But when the planet is rocked by earthquakes and tidal waves bombard the coastlines of the world's continents, the trio must unite to discover the source of these unnatural disasters. It's not long before the group encounter Ming's most recent scheme to dominate the planet, and this time he's brought more than a few allies with him from across the universe. Next in line this week we have Motor Girl Issue 1. This comic follows the story of junkyard owner Samantha and her gorilla best friend Mike. When a UFO crash lands in her junkyard looking for spare parts, Sam is only too happy to oblige. But when word gets out that she is a reliable source, Sam's booming alien business catches the attention of an Area 51 investigator who's determined to shut her down. From indie comics legend Terry Moore, Motor Girl is a fantastic new series that guarantees a hilarious pop culture filled adventure for any comic reader. Our sixth comic this week is Myopia Issue 1. Based on an award-winning novel by writer Rich Dent, Myopia merges speculative fiction and steampunk into a thrilling alternative reality. Armed with a special set of lenses that make him almost invisible inside the central lens network, James Chase sets out on a mission to stop the New World Order's violation of the Magnetic Energy Agreement. At first sold as a device to make life more convenient, the lens now works as a tool for the government to hide the devastation unleashed from excessive mining of the Earth's core. Myopia migrated over from a successful Kickstarter supported by many writers and artists including George R.R. Martin, Margaret Atwood and Jim Butcher. Seventh up this week we have the Unworthy Thor Issue 1. After learning a secret he was never supposed to know, Thor dropped his hammer Mjolnir upon the surface of the moon, and try as he might, he was unable to lift it. Unworthy of lifting the mystic hammer, Thor relinquished his name and now simply calls himself Odin's son. Searching for redemption, Odin's son hears of the existence of another Mjolnir and sees this as his chance to prove his worth. However, he is not the only one to hear of the weapon, and soon Odin's son is battling some of the Marvel Universe's greatest villains in a deadly race to obtain the power of thunder once again. Finally this week we have Occupy Avengers Issue 1. After the events of Civil War II, Clint Barton aka Hawkeye is seen as a saviour by the public, but an outcast by all other superheroes for killing his longtime friend and ally, the Hulk. Travelling the highways and towns of the United States, Hawkeye has struck out on his own and decided that whilst the rest of the Avengers fight giant monsters and level skyscrapers, he will look out for the little guy. As Hawkeye investigates a poisoned water supply in this first issue, he teams up with Native American Red Wolf and faces off against the violent thugs that have been harassing the local tribe. Okay, that's everything for this week, guys. For the full list of comics, you can visit our Facebook page, and for regular updates on the store, you can follow us on Twitter at the Geek-Aboo. Also, next time you're in store, don't forget that when you buy 3 to 4 comics, we'll give you 10% off, and 5 or more comics will get you a whole 15% off. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.